Ang ating topic for today, what to do in case you are arrested. It's not something that you really want to be prepared for in any good life, but nevertheless, with the increasing crackdown, kumbaga, on dissenters, what appears to be a crackdown on dissenters, we are seeing a lot of cases being filed against people who are actively critical of this government. Whether, it is true on a widespread scale or not, it is still best for all of us to be prepared. Okay. So, dahil medyo ang panahon naririnig natin, may mga naaaresto, meron mga, and this has been going on for several months already. In fact, even from last year, remember yung TRICOM? Dun sa ibang mga kasamahan natin, mayroon silang mga cases, so naaaresto sila. So to prevent yung panic ninyo at any time, whether a lot of us, di ba, most of us, in any good life, sabi nila, in any well-lived life, you have to expect na these things will happen sometimes, lalo na in a society that becomes increasingly litigious. Tapos lalong-lalo na ngayon na marami ang dissenters, and it appears na ang dissent ay sinusuppress na. So how do you suppress dissent? Well, you can conduct lawfare. O ano ang lawfare? Naalala niyo yung usapan natin? It goes by different names, no? Pero, for example, may mga NGOs, they do something nice, they do something good, pero may mga business interests that are kontra sa inyo. O halimbawa, you're an environmental group. You have rescued a certain protected area, kayo yung nagbabantay doon. Mayroong gustong kunin yon na na commercial interests. Ang gagawin nila, even if wala kang kasalanan, they will just file suit after suit after suit sa inyo. Sometimes those suits will be criminal in nature. Other times, if you're a lawyer, they can also be administrative in nature. O, alam niyo na. So, even if the persons lose the case, the point is to bury you in cases. So, it's completely, well, in many instances, they're legal unless mabisto na nga na somebody is just trying to abuse the legal system to get to you. Now, in events like this, well, that's your decision. But what we're going to talk about today is what do you do if one of those cases is a criminal case and you're going to be arrested. Okay? Now, you can be arrested with a warrant or without a warrant. And there are different, either way, there is a particular approach for how you're going to react. Okay, so bago tayo magpatuloy, huwag pong kakalimutan, like, share, follow, and subscribe. So what I'm going to do is, particularly here, para hindi tayo nagkakagulo like yesterday, I will hide the comment section, at least dun sa portion na nakikita ko. It's still going to be on the screen. So that I can continue talking and then we can take questions at the end of that para mabilis, tapos hindi tayo nadidistract at hindi tayo na lilihis ng usapan. So, bago tayo magpatuloy, huwag pong kakalimutan uli yung like, share, follow, and subscribe. Ang ating topic for today, what to do in case you are arrested. It's not something that you really want to be prepared for in any good life, but nevertheless, with the increasing crackdown, kumbaga, on dissenters, what appears to be a crackdown on dissenters, we are seeing a lot of cases being filed against people who are actively critical of this government. Whether, it is true on a widespread scale or not, it is still best for all of us to be prepared. So, what is the first thing you do? Well, first determine, are you being arrested with or without a warrant? Now, you can be arrested without a warrant. Kailan ka pwedeng arestuhin kapag walang warrant? When you are caught in the act of committing a crime, immediately before or immediately after. It must be evident to the law enforcer that you're about to commit a crime or immediately just committed a crime. Okay? Now, assuming that it is merely a suspicion on the part of the law enforcer, wala ka talagang ginagawa at wala kang intention gawin. First response is, well, normally, pagka hindi ka pa, it's not evident, halimbawa, about to commit a crime ang suspetsya ng pulis. What do you do pag nilapitan kayo? Cooperate. First of all, be sure that you cooperate. Do not give any reason to add to the suspicion that you are you are committing a crime. This is not compliance. This is not subservience. This is to prevent an escalation before it even starts. Okay? I strongly encourage, kapag you're in a situation like this, do not escalate. Bakit? Because law enforcers are legally allowed to use reasonable force on you, okay, on a suspect under certain circumstances. Number one, if you present a danger to people around you. Two, if you present a danger to yourself. Three, if you present a danger to the arresting officer. Okay? So far, so good. Madali pa intindihin itong mga to. The idea is to not escalate so that you will not be, not be compounding whatever it is they suspect of you. Also, there is a crime called assault on a person in authority, which means if you physically harm, attempt to harm, threaten to harm person in authority, that is the arresting officer or the officer who is questioning you, then even if you did not do anything before, you will have created a circumstance where now you can be obviously arrested. So kung kunwari may issue, sure na sure ka walang issue for you to be suspected, do not escalate so that it does not reach the point where there will be now a legitimate reason to arrest you. If there is no warrant, you make sure that you assure the arresting officer that you are cooperating, but it is within your rights to ask why you are being arrested, assuming you're being arrested. If you're simply being questioned, again, answer politely, cooperate. So, you can ask as early as possible why you are being questioned, etc. It is within your rights to do so. But find out what the situation is. Minsan, talagang nagtatanong lang yung police because they might be conducting operations in the area. If you are already arrested, observe, but also make sure that you are, you have witnesses. So if you are alone and in an isolated area, clearly that is not going to be conducive. Nevertheless, cooperation will be your best bet at that time. If it is in an area where people will see you, then it is best to make sure that you are seen. Diba? You will note who your potential witnesses can be. If they do not inform you of the reasons you're being arrested, which is your right, you can demand your Miranda rights, or you can simply wait. And if they arrest you without being informed of your rights, take note of that, because that can be used to challenge your arrest later on. So the Miranda rights are, you have the right to remain silent. When you have been apprised of the situation, or you are aware of what is going on, I strongly urge you to exercise your right to remain silent. Okay? And then ask at the earliest possible time to be able to contact your lawyer, even as they are arresting you. The right to counsel vests immediately when it becomes evident that you're arrested. How do you know you're being arrested? When you are no longer allowed to leave, when your freedom to move around has been strictly limited. Okay. Ayaw ka nang paalisin, diyan ka lang, upo ka lang dyan, pinaupo ka dun sa kotse nila, pinusasan ka, etc. when you have been restricted in your movements. So, can somebody take a video of your arrest? Yes, particularly if these are family members who simply want to record the circumstances of your arrest. There is no law that says you cannot do that. Okay? There is no rule. So pag pinigilan kayo, assert yourself, or the persons who are around you may assert themselves that, particularly if you're in your own home and it's a family member, they are within their rights to record. Outside, in a place where there is no reasonable expectation of privacy, pwede yan. And it can be done by anyone, basta it is in a public place. Take note of the names of the arresting officers. You can ask their names, you can ask to see their badge numbers, etc. It is within your rights to determine if you are being arrested by law enforcers. Okay? Kasi baka baka hindi totoo. So, determine that. Demand that if they are arresting you but they are not taking you anywhere, dun lang kayo sa bahay, nakaposas ka, pero hindi ka, you can demand to be taken to the nearest precinct in order for you to be processed. And so that, you will know the exact circumstances, know that it isn't an extortion attempt. Which is why early on, kailangan nyo ng lawyer. The lawyer should be the one to demand this, but in the absence of counsel, then you can be the one to demand it. Okay, so far so good? All right. So this is without a warrant. Well, without a warrant. But without a warrant, hindi ka pwede sa loob ng bahay unless a crime has been committed in front of a peace officer or a law enforcer and wala siyang choice but to take you into custody. This happens, halimbawa, may family gathering, may party, or in somebody's house, may nag-away. If this is in front of a law enforcer and things get out of hand, maaari pa rin kayong arestuhin. Okay. Now, sometimes you will be brought to the barangay. Bakit? Kung barangay yung nag-respond, barangay, how do you call this, enforcers, tanod, can take you into custody, but they will bring you to the barangay hall. Usually, these are for the lesser offenses. Okay? Pagka the police can also bring you kasi to the barangay hall for offenses that are not serious. Pagka seryoso na, ando na siya sa levels ng mga serious physical injuries, mayroong attempted unaliving of any sort, then sa police station yan. But if anybody is injured, dadalhin muna to the nearest government hospital for documentation and treatment. Documentation is important because dyan makikita yung a medical legal will examine you to record your injuries for purposes of trial or legal proceedings. Okay, so it can be sa barangay hall, pwede rin sa police station. Sometimes mas malapit kasi yung police station And but if there are injuries, remember, dadalhin muna yan to the nearest government hospital. Or if it's serious, dadalhin ka sa nearest medical facility for first aid, and then the documentation will be later. You'll be transferred. In cases of crimes, injuries resulting from crimes, ito po ay dadalhin din sa later on to a government hospital where your injuries will be documented. Okay. Now, magda-diverge yan If you're arrested by virtue of a warrant, take a picture of the warrant. You're entitled to do that and send it to your lawyer immediately so that he can assess and address the situation. If arrested without a warrant, you are going to be brought immediately to the prosecutor on duty. Pwedeng ipaprocess ka muna doon sa police station or sa barangay, and then after that, you will be brought before a prosecutor for the determination of probable cause. Warrantless arrest yan, So, what if you don't have counsel? Call a family member, ask them to get in touch with a lawyer. You are entitled to your phone call, you're entitled to get in touch with family members. If you are female, okay, kailangan female yung arresting officer. It's kind of a rule. Unless the circumstances are yung biglaan nga. Like, this is an arrest without a warrant, aarestuhin ka rin even if there is no female arresting officer. But sometimes what they do is they will arrest you, they will wait for a female officer to take you into custody. Okay. Can you be searched? Yes, you can. You will be searched primarily for weapons or for anything that could bring you or somebody else harm. Okay? So these are usually pat-down searches. when you are actually arrested, that's sa umpisa, hindi ka pa arestado. Pag arestado ka na, yes, they can conduct a search. Pag female, only a female officer can search you. Okay. What if you're in the station? You will be processed. If you have no counsel yet, at tumutuloy-tuloy yung processing, actually, that's a good thing. You will have fingerprints taken. Most likely, you will get your mugshots taken. You will be asked to remove personal effects, jewelry, etc. Your bag, if you're female, will be taken from you. If you're a guy, your wallet and other personal effects, itatabi yan prior to you being put in a cell. So that's all right, but make sure they make a list of your property and they will ask you to sign. O, tama ba to? Ito yung nakuha namin. Tama ba ito? Check it. Make sure everything is there before you sign. Okay? Always read what you are signing. Siyempre, baka nagsipipirma ka na ng confession. Although bawal yon, ha? You may not be required, you are not required to sign any confessions, any statements, anything whatsoever, except for yun na nga, yung list ng property that will be taken from you for temporarily. Okay? Make sure na nakuha nyo yan, ha? Make sure. So if they take your cell phone, make sure that your cell phone and the registry number are there if ever. Make the documentation as specific as possible. This is also to protect you. Noon, nung madali pang gawin, in the bad old days, ang pinagagawa namin sa police is that when they confiscate a cell phone, pinahihiwalay ko yung battery from the cell phone itself. I mean, of course, pwede pa rin nilang pakialaman yon. Alright? So, if you have been detained already, your counsel should arrive within yon. I will not be able to emphasize it enough that at the earliest possible time, dapat may abogado na kayo. Okay, uulitin ko it's never too early to call your counsel. Never too early to call a relative or a friend to be able to facilitate getting your counsel. Now, so yun yung difference, ha. Pag may warrant yung arrest ninyo, wala nang piskal. Pag warrantless, dadalhin kayo sa piskal. Pwedeng hindi right away, ha. Pwedeng later on pa. Yung gagawin nila, iintayin nila yung piskal on duty. So dadalhin pa rin kayo doon. What happens pag humarap kayo sa prosecutor? You can ask the prosecutor, kasi tatanungin ka pa rin you can ask the prosecutor na to be represented by counsel kung at that time wala pa kayong counsel. So, pwedeng i-conduct yung inquest nang wala kayong lawyer pero hindi ka i-require magsalita. So, bibigay na lang ng pulis yung panig nila. Now, kung matatagalan yan, they will ask you if you can waive your right to yung detention kasi you can only be detained for a certain number of hours. So, magbibilang kayo ng number of hours. Kung ganong katagal kayo dinidetain na nang hindi kayo charge. However, pwedeng matagalan bago kayo madala sa piskal kung wala pa yung piskal. Yun lang po. But if you're going to be detained longer, let's say, wala ka pang counsel, ayaw ng piskal mag-conduct, well, tatapusin, i-complete yung inquest and in all likelihood, you will be released. So, I think pwede na yung questions. Wait. Kailangan ba may search warrant to go through messages and call logs? Yes. Yes. Kailangan ba yan? That's why ako personally, what I would do is for you to turn off sa Apple kasi you can remotely lock your phone. So hindi siya madali bubuksan. Sabi ni Rai, barangay hall or police precinct, considered ba na public place? If so, pwede mag-video or audio record. Sa loob ng police precinct, you might be restricted in doing so kasi maraming mahahaging Halimbawa, may ibang arestado doon who are still presumed innocent until proven otherwise. So, posibleng i-restrict kayo sa loob ng barangay hall or police precinct. Sabi ni Mariana, kung kumukuha ka ng video habang may inaaresto at i-confiscate o ihinablot nang nag-aaresto ang phone mo, ano pwede gawin? Paano kung ayaw po ibalik ang phone kahit anong insist mo? Kakasuhan niyo po sila ng robbery. May puwersa eh. So, both criminal and administrative. Dapat po ba merong body cam both without warrant at hindi pwede nang walang warrant? Kasi usually, pag walang warrant, it happened right there and then hindi nyo po yan mapaghahandaan. Unless, parati kayong nakasuot ng body cam. Now, the ideal is naka-body cam the whole time naka-duty ang mga pulis, lalo-lalo na pag may responde. So, mag-on ka ng body cam. However, currently, ginagamit ang body cams usually in warranted searches, seizures, and arrests. Hindi pa po yata kaya, or at least hindi pa natin nakikita na full-time na naka-body cam yung mga pulis.